Alright guys, I'm running late today folks, but it's time of that coffee maker. It is 3 a.m. I was supposed to have this brisket on at 8 o'clock last night, but the grandson had a baseball tournament Saturday and other things. I didn't get it on last night. So, and I did wake up late. I was going to wake up at 1, 2 in the morning. So anyway, the challenge is today is to get this, how many pounds this weigh? This is a 14-pound brisket I have to have done by 3 o'clock today. And it is 3 o'clock in the morning. I got 12 hours to trim it, season this, cook it. Alright, we better shut up and get going, fat boy.
Well, I'm a surfer boy, coasting my way from the Cali coast. Missed my flight in old Kentucky. Guess fate had other plans in mind. Checked into a quiet suite, but the night was calling me. Heard a rodeo was riding, so I figured I'd go falling. Saw a stallion running wild, and Lord, that blonde could ride. Barrel racing like the devil had a wager on her side. I wish for just one moment.
As I just did a fat backyard trim, nothing fancy. I left a little extra fat right on this, right here in its hard fat. That's going to protect it from that heat from that Searwood coming up from the sides around that water pan. We're going to go fat side down. You might hear a lot of talk about binders. Yeah, this is a little dry, so I'm not going to use a binder today. Alright, just your simple salt, pepper, maybe a little garlic, folks. Alright, today I'm going to use just a regular McCormick's coarse pepper. If you got 16 mesh in your store, go ahead and use it. I'm all out of 16 mesh, so. Now you can either go down low or you can go up high. It's up to you. If you're trying to win $10,000 in a contest, then go up high, but I just got to try to do a little backyard barbecue for Father's Day, folks. Remember, sometimes less is more. It's a big chunk of meat. I wouldn't waste too much on the fat side. A lot of people, you know the truth about brisket, folks?
Can't handle the truth.
Over on Father's Day, do not like brisket. So you got to be prepared in your backyard to, whoops, forgot my salt, to cook other stuff other than brisket, folks. Yep. You're going to have kids that want hot dogs. You're going to have that no good brother-in-law from Illinois coming up. He's going to try to tell you about your bark situation. You know, he's the only one that's going to bother you about that bark, that guy from Illinois. Now, your divorced sister-in-law with a couple kids, she's going to bring some burgers and hot dogs for you to season up and cook for little Johnny. Because little Johnny don't like brisket, so I brought these store-bought patties for you to cook. You know, this is what you find out in the backyard, folks. Pepper should help build a little bit of a bark for that guy in Illinois, because you're going to have to open this lid for him a couple times. He's going to want to see what you got going. And that neighbor next door who bought that expensive Traeger, you're going to be seeing how the Searwood's going to do. Guy across the street has a Pit Boss 1100. He wants to see how the Searwood's going to do on a brisket. Scotty's under the gun here, folks. Remember, sometimes less could be more. A little salt. Go heavy with the salt when that baby hits their tongue. I didn't even see which way this grain was running, folks. I got in so big a hurry. Alright. Like I said, you can put a little garlic on there if you want. The Wisconsin Trinity. Salt, pepper, garlic. Try to get these edges. We got a little pepper on the table here, folks. We're just gonna rub that on there. Hey, damn, nothing goes to waste in Scotty's table here. Okay. Alright, there's the grain. See the grain there, folks? it's going this way, so I'm gonna kind of take a little notch out of this end here. Kind of what I'm gonna do. We're just gonna, I got these pans. I'm gonna have to transport this brisket to one of the kids' house on Father's Day. So I'm gonna slice these brisket like this across the grain, not like this. We're gonna go this way, and we're gonna put them bad boys right in here. Try to keep them from drying out before we get to the to the boys' house. Let me salt and pepper this piece I just took off. Alright, I got some Searwood already fired up. We're rocking the lumberjack hickory charcoal pellets today, folks. Since I'm short on time, we're gonna have to bad boy this up to probably 225 until the sun comes up, and then crank it up to 265. Yeah, backyard barbecue, you never know what temperature you're gonna use, folks. Depends on how much time you got. Like I said before, if you got a lot of time, go low and slow. You get cut on time, hey, you're gonna have to go a little hot and fast. Alright, I'm gonna get some probes in this bad boy. Oh yeah, we got some probes we're gonna experiment with. Hang on, folks. I'll be rocking this Thermo Pro spike. We're gonna put that in there, and we're gonna put this one in here. Now let's move this one over here on the side. This will give me my ambient temperature on each end. Sometimes that Searwood will screw you up, so you want to make sure exactly what's going on. And today, we're going to be rocking this brand new Inkbird. Yeah, you heard me right, Inkbird. They sent me this brand new thermometer to try out a few weeks ago, and I was so busy I couldn't do it. But I figured today's the perfect day. Got this beautiful base. Inkbird always has great packaging, folks. And we're going to stick this bad boy. Now, this doesn't do ambient temperature, I don't think. Right down to the line. Oh, yes, it does. Find out. You can run this with your phone, folks. Try and get it, the old bird to turn on. There we go. Hold the button. I'll leave a link when you buy all this stuff down below. We'll find out how it works. You got to keep this one close to your thing. It's reading at 42 degrees. It'll go down. They go down kind of slow no matter what temperature gauge you use. Yeah, it's going down already. Okay, let's see you outside at the Weber Searwood. Alright, we're out at the Searwood. I really gotta know what's going on with this Searwood during the day. We can't have any malfunctions on any pellet grill. I really need to get my table set up. Oops. I don't have my table set up on the front of my... Hey, for you OCD people, I cleaned my grates, folks. If you're liking that. Top shelf. Callow pan on the flat side. Trying to keep that from drying out. We're gonna add a little bit of water. A little water in with that tallow. We got more probe going on than that guy who invented Frankenstein. We're gonna put a probe right here on the end. Maybe not. Won't be able to shut the grate. Alright. Okay. Let's push it all the way forward. Right on the back. There we go. Alright, where's all my other stuff at? Oh, Scotty's gone hog wild today, folks. There's another probe we're going to put in the meat. Yeah, we're going to have a total of 4 temperature probes in this meat. This is backyard finest, folks. And let's stick one right down here under the point. See what's going on top of that sear plate. I don't want this thing telling me I'm cooking at 225 when it's at 180 or at 400 or something. So, I think I got it fixed though, but a little gun shy. Alright, bye-bye little brisket. It's 3 a.m. Okay folks, we'll see you when the sun's up. Alright guys, Father's Day brisket, been about 4 hours. Looking good. Look at that color, folks. We're gonna give it a quickie spritzy. Hope your Father's Day is going good. I'm cold, a little bit of rain coming today. 55 degrees. So far we're looking pretty good. Nothing fancy today, folks. Just my Father's Day brisket. Get pretty decent color. Got those lumberjack char hickory pellets. Alright. The Inkbird is reading 132. I like to try out any product that's sent to me before I do a big review. Other than that, we're gonna let it ride. I'm running around 265 right now. 265 degrees temperature. Want to see what a brisket looks like after 6 hours? Ah, yeah. Yeah. Looking good. Quick little spread. Not very much. Lightly. Oh no, you're spritzing your brisket. My brisket, I do what I want. If you don't want to spritz your brisket, then don't spritz it. I like to give it a nice little spritz. Alright, then we go back in the house, take it in. Alright. There we go. We're at internal temperature of Inkbird 154. And my Chef Pro is running at 155. So, alright, 155 internal. Alright guys, looking pretty good. I'm gonna have to do the Wisconsin crutch on it. Alright, we're at 165 internal. Still pulling that out, we pull that out. Towel, dump that on there. Alright, that's what brisket being stubborn. I know. How you doing?
Are you filming?
Say hi. Say, ask Grandpa, brisket ready? Say, brisket ready?
Ready?
Stay right here. Say hi, YouTube.
He said Happy Father's Day. You hear?
Hope you want it in 4 states.
No, he said Happy.
Alright, folks, we got them all wrapped. And we got it inside. Everyone showed up right when I turned the camera on. Man, want to say hi to the world? This is now Jay. Say hi, YouTube. Say, Grandpa, why brisket take so long?
Already naughty.
Say, peace out.
So,
Alright. Oh, Mommy's leaving. Alright, we gotta get her to Mommy. Be back in a little while, folks. Alright, folks, when you see me holding the granddaughter telling her to do the peace out, that's when it all went bad, folks. I put the brisket in wrap, about 165. I got the color I was wanting. Everything's going along smooth. And family emergency came up. The daughter locked her keys in the car 125 miles away. So I turned the old Searwood down to 200 degrees. Let her ride. I drove all the way down to get her car going. And I got down there. I was down there longer than I wanted to do. I got back about 5 hours later, make a long story short. This brisket sat in the Weber Searwood all night at 200 degrees. So I don't know if I overcooked it, undercooked it. I ran out of pellets. Temperature gauges all went dead. You know how it goes, folks. So I don't know what temperature this is, or what it finished at. I don't know if it's going to be overcooked, undercooked. Let's take a look at this together, folks. See if this is a complete failure, or maybe we can save it. Alright, let me bring you down. Alright, folks, there it is. Let's get this out of the wrapper. I did put it in the oven and bring it up to 140 degrees. Warm it up a little. I mean, the color on it's amazing. The bark is there still. Oh man. Still a little juice coming out. Got the jiggle. Maybe we can save it. Maybe by turning that smoker down to 200, I could have saved it, I think. Let me get this onto my table. Ah, there it is. Got a nice, beautiful bark. Got the jiggle. We could separate it. Now I had this big plan to do this big Father's Day breakfast or brisket video. You know, showing you the beginner guide, how to shop for a brisket. You know, how to season the brisket as a beginner, novice. All out the window, folks. Anyways. Let's see if this thing is dry as a popcorn fart or tender. Yeah, well, what I was going to do, let me show you what I was going to do during the video. See, the grain is running this way. I cut a little notch, almost straight across. See, I was going to take a little bit off the side, like that. And I was going to use this for the macaroni and cheese, the cheesy potatoes I had going, you know, like that. Ooh, that's pretty juicy, folks. Yeah, I was just gonna take this like a burn end, dice it up, 1/4-inch cubes, and throw it in with the cheesy potatoes and the beans and stuff. Still got the jiggle. Let's cut her in half, folks. I don't know. I got some beef tallow in there. I might want to save that. Let's start on the end. Let's cut some slices. Cutting like butter, folks. Whoa. Basically a hot hold for 16 hours, I would say. So far it's looking pretty juicy, folks. I guess I'm gonna put this in that pan with the tallow and some clarified butter. And I'm going to take it to work tomorrow. Eat her up. Alright, we're getting to the fatty part. Let's take one right out of the middle here. Whoa. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that baby. Boy, is that juicy. Let's go all the way to the flat, folks. How do we do on the flat? Flat's usually the dry part. Wow. You see the moisture still in there? Yeah, the fat rendered out really good. Look at that fat rendered out good. Can you see that? It's nice and tender. I don't think it's too overcooked. Oh man. I think we saved it, folks. Wow. That is good. Anyway, folks. Look at the juice coming out of that table. That fat in the middle just rendered right out. Look at that juiciness, folks. You see that? Focus! See that nice smoke ring? I'm going to do a video next weekend on smoke rings. How you can achieve a smoke ring. Cold beef, hot beef, something like that. Yeah, that's nice and tender there, folks. Look at that. So, actually, I kind of saved it. Oh, yeah. There you have it, folks. All I can say is don't panic. Things don't always go the way in barbecue. Emergencies come up. I'll stick that in that clarified butter. Down there. Try that clarified butter on there. Yeah. Oh, man. That's awesome. Look at that nice pan of, there. Just check out this point here, folks. We can separate it, I guess. That fatty part. All that rendered out. Yeah. We'll get rid of that. You make some burnt ends if you wanted. Yeah, look at that. Get rid of that. Like that. I think rain going the other way, but oh well. Oh man. That is so good, folks. So good. It's just tender. Alright, folks. Anyways, like I was saying, don't panic. Emergencies come up. You know, I'm going to save all this stuff for the, the bean pile next week. Just have fun with barbecue, folks. Don't panic. It still come out pretty decent. It ain't garbage. That bark is insane. All I did was salt and pepper. Look at that. Bark. Crunchy.
Nice.